Plugins are some of the most essential things to be in Roblox, and today in this video, I'm going to go over the top 7 best plugins. Let's get into the video. The first plugin on my list is a fairly special one, and the most controversial one due to a fair few professionals thinking it is a waste of time and useless, and there are better plugins for Roblox, the plugin being the almighty F3X Plugin by Gigs DX4. I personally find F3X to be incredibly accessible and simple to use, having almost all the functionality of Roblox Studio put into one plugin that is easy to use, simple to get the hang of, and accurate in regards to increments. Overall, I simply find F3X to be one of the most useful and simple plugins on the entire list, and that every single build I have ever made, I have used F3X to make them. Of course, that is not to say that it is flawless, as it does not have everything that it could have, but it gets the job done.
That will release later. But anyways, let's get started. To insert a block, all we're going to have to do is pull up the new part tool by using that tool in a later video. To actually insert the part, all we have to do is click and keep holding and drag the part to where you want it. After we have a block selected, all we have to do is press Shift C. You can see how the lines fade out and back in, and you hear.
Number 6, the next plugin I want to talk about is again one of my most used plugins, Archimedes 2 by Scriptos. The main reason why I love Archimedes 2 is akin to why I love F3X, namely Arc is an incredibly simple and accessible to-use tool without having to do any extra. Simply pick what vector you want to create pieces in and create around them. I find this too incredibly useful for making things such as roads, paths, small details, shapes, patterns, so on and so forth. And if you see any kind of small curvy details in my places, then I most likely use this tool to make them. Number 5, the Brushtool 2.1 is a little bit more sophisticated in regards to using it, but that is easily due to the many functions and utilities the plugin gives you. One of the main functions of this tool is to allow you to input models into the plugin and then save those models as groups that you can spam across the map. You can change the radius of how far the individual models spawn, how big they are, and so on. This plugin makes creating nature-related areas as easy as breathing, but that is only the surface of what the plugin is capable of. Number 4, what you see is what you get. This plugin can resize any model you wish for it to resize. You can also be a bit more mathematical and set specifically how much you want the model to be resized to keep everything accurate and smooth. There is not much to say about this plugin as it's incredibly basic, but an insanely useful plugin. Number 3, wow, already at the 6th plugin? Okay, well my 6th plugin would be the Oozledraw toolbar. Draw a curve/rope plugin summarized. The curve tool, it does exactly what you expect. As you can see from the picture above, you can make curves with the tool. You can also change the width, lengths of the individual parts that make up these curves, and also change the gravity of the curves, which basically decides how long or wide the curve is or how straight it is. I would highly suggest using this plugin to make ropes, winds, hanging lights, the ropes of on a bridge, or anything of that sort, as it is incredibly useful for those kinds of things. Number 2, once again with this plugin, you can pretty much get what the name of the plugin says. The Low Poly Terrain Creator plugin allows you to easily make low poly terrain in a quick and efficient way, which you can also very easily customize with other plugins such as F3X or tools alike F3X. If you want to make a low poly terrain map, then this plugin is probably one of the easiest ways to do it, so I recommend it if you ever want to make a low poly map. Number 1, Gapfill again does exactly what you would expect it to do. Do you have an impossible gap you can't fill? Well, here comes the Gapfill, ready to fix and fill all on any gaps that might be in your way to building heaven. This single plugin has saved my life a few thousand times for building, as I tend to get fairly messy when I do big projects, so this tool has truly made my life a few hundred times easier and made my building that much more efficient. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like on the video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.